so I'm clearly in my fleece blanket with sleeves, but I've been reading this and I just love this. It's fun and funny and smart and tells a story that is just far greater than anything you could like make up on your own. That's why I love this. And one thing that I really enjoy is Joanna's actually a lot like my personality, so it's really funny and fun to like read Chip's perspective on her, because it's just interesting to see how people perceive people like me, I guess. And so I really enjoy that too. I'm definitely like, I don't want to just like keep reading and reading. I definitely want to like space it out, but it's still really good and I'm enjoying it. So I think I'm gonna watch some more booktube videos because that has been my obsession the past few days and I'm loving it. So I'm gonna go do that. Okay, just have to share that it is snowing so much. It's the ultimate reading vibe. Looks like rain, but it's actually snow. Perfect time for these. Okay guys, so it's still snowing. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Excuse the mess. But essentially, I had stacked up all my books without the dust jackets and whatnot for an Instagram picture. And now seeing them stacked up like this makes me really want to just like go down the stack and read through like a part or something with them. So I'm going to start with this gem right here. Oh, and I'm torn because I've not started this and I think I'm going to pass this one up. However, I might read like the introduction or something. I don't know, because I want to finish One in a Million before I start reading this. But since it's in the stack, we'll see. However, this is Excellence Wins without the dust jacket. And I need to just review it real fast. I'm not going into the next chapter, but I do want to review what we were supposed to read this week so that tomorrow, if our director asks any questions or asks us to share anything, hopefully I can have something in mind. I'm just going to go through, oh yeah, that's right, I remember the 24. I just want to review like anything I annotated and have something meaningful to say. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to share overviews obviously at the end of the month, but these quotes were just so good. It literally took me like 60 seconds to go through them. So I just want to share with you guys the top things that I noted from these 2 chapters this week. The first thing is, you are responsible for identifying and immediately correcting defects before they affect a guest. Defect prevention is key to service excellence. This book is just pure gold, honestly. Everything communicates. One of their values was, as service professionals, we are always gracious and treat our guests and each other with respect and dignity. And then I noted that it says, notice that it says not only guests, but also each other. The hotel had a tea experience, and they were talking about having the finest tea experience in town, and said this requires asking employees to help find real answers for defects that show up. I noted these whole 2 paragraphs. They're short but good. And I wrote, stop thinking like this. And it says, organizational leaders all over the world instinctively assume that many of their employees are reluctant donkeys who need a shove from behind, while only a minority are motivated to get moving on their own initiative. The leaders might not put it this bluntly, of course, but deep down inside, it's how they're thinking. They assume this is just the burden of leadership. And then I noted, stop and ask yourself how you can change to be an inspiration to those in your charge. And this was my favorite quote from the week. Great leaders hold great expectations, which they will not compromise. But this does not deter their followers. Yes, the followers may sigh sometimes and say it's hard to please the leader, but in their hearts they know it's worth the effort. They too want to be the best, and they want their family and friends to admire them as a result. James Autry says it well. Good management is largely a matter of love, or if you're uncomfortable with that word, call it caring, because proper management involves caring for people, not manipulating them. I had learned not to focus on the dollars, but to focus instead on the things that make the dollars. That's my finance focus tip for you there. Inspiring employees is vital to an organization's success. And then at the bottom, I just wrote inspire because I want that to be my word of focus. So that was all for Excellence Wins. Just a good quick review. Hopefully I'll have something to say if asked. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to do one book, watch a YouTube video that's TBR game or wrap up or anything like that because I'm loving those right now. And then I will do the next book. So in a sad turn of events, there's no introduction to Honors Reward, but I'm just looking through the contents and it talks about rewards, an overview, authority, honoring different types of leaders, whether civil, social, church leaders, domestic leaders, peers, those entrusted to us, children, spouses, all, and God. So that's just a quick overview, and I'm really excited to get to this lovely gem. However, I will not start it until I finish 1 in a Million. So, gotta put it back on the shelf. Okay, so I just moved on to Kids Ministry That Nourishes. Now this is the book that I read a paragraph a week on Sundays, but I decided to just go ahead and read it for this week today because it was in the stack. So basically, but I'll share this quote. My prayer is that you will be refreshed and equipped to finish the race of what God has called you to do. Nourish the hearts of children. And that's going to be my quote for tomorrow. So what I take from that is obviously the goal is to nourish the hearts of children, but then also to be refreshed and equipped tomorrow. So in order to do that, I'm going to definitely need to make sure I get a good night's sleep tonight, that I prepare my lesson, and yeah, that I'm just like overall put together. I've got to do laundry. This just reminded me, so glad I read this. And now I'm going to move on to another video, and then I will do some more book. Okay, next book in the stack, 7 Habits. Now, if you've been watching my videos for any length of time in the last 2 months, you will know that I take this very, very slowly because I'm working on applying the habits and the principles. The page that I'm on is this chart here. Essentially, I am currently working through the kind of character I want to have in work. I have noted in my morning pages journal, and I think I just showed you that upside down, but it's okay. At the bottom, I have written the types of things that I want my work to exhibit, the kind of character that I want. And we are actually on the last thing, which is doing it to honor God even in the small things. So that is my focus, I guess, for today and for until the next time that I read or work through a little bit of 7 Habits. Okay, doesn't have his dust jacket on, but this is Multipliers, and it's falling over. Multipliers. This is a very good book, but a very slow read. The chapters are extremely detailed, at least thus far. I just finished chapter 2, and there's a lot of really good information in it, but it takes time to process. Let's see. Yeah, so like the next chapter is going to be 30 pages. It's that kind of book, but it's not like torture like the economics book or anything. It's really, really good. Just a lot to process. Update on that. In 1 in a Million, my favorite quotes were, "We can trust with absolute assurance that he will either act according to our prayer or do something better. You can weather the slow and uneventful waiting, believing that he's taking you somewhere significant, and then he's got more in store for you than you can ever imagine. Be watching, be waiting, believe in between." Okay, so then in recap, you guys know I finished this horrible book. Hated it, so sorry, but not my favorite. And what I'm gonna do, I'll mention this again at the end of the month, but I am planning to get rid of this. I've learned from BookTube that the term unhaul is a thing, so that's what's gonna happen to this one at the end of the month. So multipliers, so far I am still just through those 2 chapters I mentioned. Excellence wins, I am in the same place as well because I have not done the 2 chapters for the week. That'll be in the next vlog. Capital gains, I've gotten to chapter 6. 1 in a million, I am at chapter 11. So I only have like 4, I think it was. So I only have a few more chapters in this, but it's been very good so far. That being said, that is everything for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you saw my video from Saturday, you know that I am going back to a 3-time-a-week schedule, which means that there will be videos on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday going forward. Obviously, you're watching this on Tuesday. And then Saturday is my finance update. What I have decided for the time being during this series to do is Thursday is going to be my fun pick video, so I can literally upload anything that I want, and it does not necessarily have to go along with the series, but will still go along with my life and law theme and the goal that I talked about earlier in this video of just growing together and getting better. And that's what that will be. Torn between the 2 ideas. I either want to go into the making of my TBR game or introduce my Polarthon picks, because I did not know until halfway through this week that Polarthon is even a thing. But I have so many like Russian and wintry books. Well, actually, I have a lot of Russian books. So I have 2 that I want to read as part of that. And then I need to get 2 other books from the library, and then I'm on the hunt for the polar fantasy I want to read. If you're not familiar with Polarthon, it was created by Jade from J.D. Ray Reads, I believe her name is. I'll put it in the description, but I just love the idea. It's a week-long readathon. It just happened from February 3rd to the 9th, so I missed it, but I still want to do it. Thursday will either be me introducing that if I can get my hands on the books, or talking about my TBR game for March. I hope you guys will stay tuned for that. Make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss it, because it's going to be fun. And then this Saturday I will be sharing my finance update again, which I'm starting to get nervous about, but we'll get there. Be sure to comment down below and either tell me what you are reading right now, which of these books that I talked about you would be most interested in reading yourself, or go ahead and tell me both. Please leave a comment because it really helps out the video and more people can find our channel and be part of the community, especially as we go towards this growing together and learning, and I just love the direction this is going. So I'd love for you to be part of it. And give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and thank you guys so much for watching this entire thing. I know it was long. I hope that it was as fun for you as it was for me. And on that note, I will talk to you guys on Thursday with our fun video, whatever it may be. All right, I'll see you then.